I'm absolutely delighted to be joining you this morning for a number of very different reasons. Firstly, as we're here to discuss sustainability, it's timely that we're meeting during what is Fair Trade Fortnight, where I know that hundreds of schools around Scotland will be doing what they can to promote fairness, fair terms for farmers, decent wages, and ensuring good habits in terms of responsible purchasing as embedded. Secondly, as Colin has already said, my constituency is Clydesdale in South Lanarkshire, and it's a beautiful part of rural Scotland, an area which is wonderfully diverse, yet it also experiences its own environmental tensions in terms of being home to two of Europe's largest wind farms. Whiteleys, a bit of Whiteleys and the Clyde wind farm. It's rich in aggregates, and it's now working out how we restore what were former open cast coal sites. So there's a lot of tensions there that we have to deal with in terms of the communities and the historic legacy of some of those things, particularly the open cast sites. And thirdly, I'm pleased to be here in my role as Minister for Children and Young People because I want to ensure as many young people and communities right across the country are aware of the importance of sustainability and are empowered to understand the role that they can play in making our country even better. And finally, I'm also pleased to be here because I'm a mum to my wee boy Angus, who's 3 years old, and I want, like so many other parents, to work towards ensuring that my child can grow up in a country that has sustainability and fairness at its heart. We need to build a country and a world that can satisfy its basic needs without compromising it for future generations. So for all those reasons, and for more that I'll outline shortly, it's great to be here and join so many of you from the CLD sector, showing the vibrancy and the dedication the sector has to the communities that we all want to serve. Now, our vision is to make Scotland the best place in the world to grow up, and in realising that ambition, sustainability plays a very crucial role. We have a legislative backdrop which has seen last week the passing of the Children and Young People Bill that puts children's rights at its heart, a community empowerment bill in the pipeline that incorporates land and asset ownership reform, and we've also just passed the Adult Health and Social Care Integration Bill. That's a busy legislative programme, and it's designed to reform the way public services work, and is in part in response to the Christie Review that happened a few years ago. But what is also clear is that our ambitions for Scotland cannot be met by government or legislation alone, which is why we value your work and your contribution. And it's also why, before I came to post, that the Cabinet Secretary for Education has pushed this agenda forward to ensure we have a better understanding of the impact of CLD on education for sustainable development. We have an implementation group taking forward the recommendations in Learning for Sustainability report and is working with our host today, Learning for Sustainability Scotland. And one of the key messages of the report is that schools and the wider community must build the values and attitudes to change practices and to create sustainable communities which promote physical, emotional and mental well-being. And we are now moving towards the conclusion of the UN Decade of Education for Sustainable Development. And in the action plan, Learning for Change, we recognise the role of community learning development in promoting lifelong learning and in developing a Scotland where learning for sustainable development supports action for change, that young people learn about sustainability through all aspects of their lives. Communities have opportunities to learn more about the issues that concern them, and that communities use their learning about sustainable development to help them shape their future. Learning for Sustainability is also about outdoor learning, an area and topic that I'm particularly passionate about. Outdoor learning provides us with the opportunity to explore and enjoy our natural environment and for us to understand and appreciate the seasons. It can also provide an opportunity to learn good and sustainable food production, and that's why our play strategy that we launched last year had lots of focus on outdoor learning and playing in Scotland's fantastic open spaces. But we need to ensure that learning from and loving the outdoors stays with us beyond those childhood years. And outdoor learning is not just for the young. Outdoor learning also provides a context for intergenerational learning in addition to the positive health benefits that are clearly associated with it. Now, today's conference is themed Small Steps, Big Changes, and each of us can build a Scotland that is more sustainable, that is more socially just, equal and fair, that embraces the talents of our communities and builds on their assets, that gives people a sense of control in their lives, who can shape their own destiny, and as Sir Harry Burns describes, journey from passive recipients of services to active agents in their own lives. And that's why CLD is so important. It's why the sector is so important in terms of community empowerment, which is necessary for a truly sustainable society. And as we approach a crucial decision for our country's future, we should view that as an opportunity to further explore the role of CLD as a key partner in delivery of the better country that we all seek to create.